Yo, 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 Michael here. It's the 250 Gemstones Exchange. This is where I give you guys great content, and in exchange, you guys leave me a like, comment, or subscribe. Hopefully, all three of the above. Today, we're going to talk about letting go or trying to let go of your childhood trauma. Lord have mercy. Like I always say, the first half will be ignorance at its highest level, and the second half will be entirely intellectual. And let's go. Skip/drip Bayless. Lord have mercy. I don't know, maybe averaging 1 point a game probably scarred me. Probably scarred me too. But there's no need to take it out on the whole NBA world. There's no need to take it out on the NFL world. Childhood trauma, I didn't know. So where this all stemmed from is that of course Skip Bayless is a huge Tom Brady fan. Would go to the ends of the earth to protect his man crush Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., as he says time and time and time again. I love Undisputed. I have no dog in the fight. I just find it quite interesting that Skip Bayless is what? Early 70s? This is almost 50, 60 years ago when he played. Wow. So he averaged 1 point, and his coach, I don't know if the coach said he was scrawny white. You're scrawny. You have no ability, and just gave little Skip hell every single day at practice. I don't know how many times Skip was benched. I don't know how many times him and his coach went at it. I don't know if they threw blows in the locker room. I don't know, but what I do know is he averaged 1.24 while playing in, I think it's junior high or high school. He didn't make the varsity team. That experience scarred him. And then he has other issues too. His dad used to whoop on him. So Skip has a lot of issues. But like they say, I don't know. That's why I can't wait to get rich, y'all, because you can just do what you want and that money keeps coming in. Because in the real world, you cannot bring your issues to your job. He brought his issues to the job when he said that Shannon is jealous of Tom Brady because Tom Brady played till he was 45 and Shannon only played till he was 34. Shannon only got 3 rings. Brady has 7. I mean, the Super Bowl champ. Once you get 2 more rings, I think you're certified. You know what I mean? In my book. But the Super Bowl is way harder to get into than NBA. But they're both really hard. I mean, you can't just go to the NBA championships, 82 games plus playoffs, plus the semifinals, plus the final. That's a lot of games just in the physicality. So I'm not going to, downplay either sport. They're both very hard, but I feel NFL is a lot harder because you have 3 teams that have to work in sync: offensive team, defense, and the special teams. And then you have all these coaches. You got offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, head coach. So you got all these coaches, all these players. Everything has to pretty much go right. Your kicker, you have, game type situations. So Shannon is a 3-time Super Bowl champ. Brady is 7. Brady played to his 45. Shannon retired when he was 34. The reason I bring this up because it appears that Shannon and Skip, I don't know if they're best friends or all this is just an act just to get that money to be on this show, but it appears that they have a great relationship. And to see, Skip's trauma brings you out of your environment. It brings you out of your element because this is your friend, and your friend, which is Shannon Sharpe, has dedicated his entire life to football, from childhood to middle school, high school, college, his adult life, all the way up until his 34. And then he dedicated his life as being a sports analyst. So his entire life is predicated around primarily football, but now sports in general. And for you to poo-poo on your friend, on what your friend loves the most, which is football, to poo-poo on his career because of your trauma, because of your need to be right, because of your ego, that's just crazy. The reason why I bring up the need to be right, because during the time he was playing basketball, he was dead wrong. During the time he was playing basketball, and this coach let him know, you're wrong. Everything, the way you dribble is wrong, the way you shoot is wrong. Don't even attempt, please don't waste our time trying to dunk. And I guarantee you'll be wrong then too. The way you post up is wrong. Your defensive stance is wrong. So he been whooped on by his dad. He was wrong as a child. Your dad said he was wrong. Dad whooped on him. And then his coach whooping on him. So he brought that trauma. He's just like, he has to be right because he's been told he was wrong for so long early on in his life. But that has nothing to do with Shannon. You see what I mean? That has nothing to do with nobody. Whether you lash out at Shannon, whether you lash out at your wife, lash out your friends, your family, or take it on yourself, self-destruction. Let go of your childhood. Let go of your failures and start winning. It's easier said than done, but for you, not just Skip, to my people in general, you have to let go of your trauma and win. And that's what makes, when you get that W, that's what makes your W so special, because you overcame adversity. A lot of people think adversity is just when you become a celebrity and it's people coming at you, the feds, everybody coming at you. Adversity is just everyday people. You know, it's your job. That's an adversity. Your job is not paying you enough. Your job is not getting you where you need to go. You get one life, and you got to break through that frustration. You got to break through that lack of financial discipline to where you're spending your money all the time. But now you realize, I'm not in a position to where I can spend that money. I'm not in that position yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save what I can, as much as I can, until I get enough money to invest in something, whether it's stocks or whether it's whatever, until I get enough money to make a small investment, or until I get enough money to make a huge investment. Understanding what's a depreciating value, you know, what's an appreciating value, you know. Reading some books, it's all about bettering yourself. But how can you better yourself? Allowing your trauma, or allowing the things that brought you down to overwhelm you. You have to overcome that, because not everybody's so forgiving. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure behind the scenes, Shannon knows Skip is a little throwed off. That's a New Orleans term. He a little throwed off. That means all his golf balls doesn't necessarily go into the cup every time. So, you know, no need to lash out to your friend. You got trauma. You know, it's okay to have a debate, but that's what I mean by his trauma overrided the fact that Shannon dedicated his life to football, and he's accomplished, and he's a Hall of Famer. And you're trying to pull on his career because your need to be right. It ain't Shannon's fault your dad whooped on you. It ain't Shannon's fault that you can only jump 3 inches. Let's keep winning. This is the 250 way. That's why I keep preaching. Whatever you got to do, you got to make those sacrifices. Let go. Because if you don't let go of all that baggage, both of your hands are full, right? You even got baggage. You even carrying bags with your goddamn teeth. You got the handle of the bag, and you got them in your goddamn mouth. Your right hand's full with bags. Your left hand full of bags. And you got bags in your teeth. In your damn mouth. Well, if you're holding on to all this baggage, how can you accept your future gifts that the world has waiting for you? Carrying all that baggage slows you down. You can't unwrap your new blessings. You can't unwrap your new opportunities. You can't unwrap blissful moments in your life because your hands are too full. Let it go.